Is Manchester United a broken club? That is a huge question to ask, and this is something to kind of think about. But is Manchester United a broken club? Is it from fan protests to off the field situations at the club, from board level to player level? Or are we going to talk about like injuries as well? Are we also going to talk about how many coaches we've gone through over the last couple of years, to how many trophies we've won, to sacking managers left, right, and center, to even like owners, horrible owners over the last almost 20 years taking loads of monies from clubs, from the club, from the coffers of the club? Or are we going to talk about signings, mistakes and errors in signings, appointing the wrong people in charge of certain things? There's a whole lot to talk about, and the truth is things do not favor Eric Ten Hag. I mean, Ruben Amorim. Things do not favor Eric Ten Hag, but things do not favor Ruben Amorim at this point. It's crazy to see. Even like everything that is going on off the pitch is affecting everything that is going on the pitch, affecting our results, affecting our ability to compete effectively, affecting our ability to even compete on all fronts, even with like signings, with academic graduates, with dealings with player, and also with the media and punditry. So there's a whole lot. Is Manchester United a broken club? Are we talking about, are we going to also talk about the finances? There's a lot out there you can go and check online to see that there's a whole lot of breakdown going on, like with regards to the financial situation of the club and all of that. What it boils down to this question: is Manchester United a broken club? That's something for us to think about, something for us to ponder. But I'm going to just run through a few things in this short video to try to just kind of break down a few things that have been going wrong. We have a Europa League game coming up on Thursday. Yeah, nobody knows what to expect because even more than half of our backline are injured. We just literally got Lindelof back. Maguire has gone on injury, or Patrick Dogu got a record fielding 18-year-old Eden Heaven. We're going to potentially field 18-year-old Eden Heaven with potentially fielding 19-year-old Lenny Euro on either side of a Lindelof. I mean, that is potential, literally potential, and all of that. And then our not to talk of what is going on up top in the striking department. I mean, we let go of two wingers, we didn't replace them. Now one got injured. Now we only have two attackers, who one is a striker, one is a 9.5, and then the other one that is a winger or that can play as a 10, it has two knocks on his knees. So we're literally down to the bare bones. What more do we need to do to get to like, what other drama do we need to have to be able to say, okay, this is Manchester United? It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, ahead of the Arsenal game, which we're going to preview when the time comes, it was said that Manchester United fans are planning a protest. A protest, according to the Athletic, Manchester United fans are planning a symbolic protest against the Glazer family ownership by wearing black on Sunday's Premier League match against Arsenal at Old Trafford. It was first said that they were going to protest on that game, before that game, and then on the day as well. And then obviously part of the protest is also wearing black. And this was organized by the 1958 supporters group. And the protest aims to highlight the club's decline under the Glazers, with fans describing the club as slowly dying due to poor on pitch performance, financial mismanagement, rising ticket prices. Don't get me started with that. Rising ticket prices, especially for the match going fans. It's pretty gruesome and real out there, right? And the black attire symbolizes mourning for the Manchester United that have become on that what Manchester United have become under the current ownership. The Glazer family have been a source of controversy for since their leveraged buyout takeover in 2005, literally 20 years, which saddled the club with 550 million pounds worth of debt. Despite the club's commercial success, fans argue that the owners prioritize profits over sporting excellence, leading to a disconnect, between the owners and the supporters. Protests against the Glazers have become frequent, with fans staging walkouts, marches, matches and displaying banners at matches. Last Sunday's FA Cup tie against Fulham saw United and Fulham fans unite under one banner: "Stop exploiting loyalty," part of a broader campaign by the Football Supporters Association (FSA) to combat rising ticket prices across English football. Now, protests against the Glazers is part of a wider movement among football fans to reclaim the game from profit-driven owners. I mean, the FSA's campaign has united supporters across clubs, emphasizing the need for a fairer pricing and a greater respect for match going fans. For Manchester United supporters, the fight is deeply personal as they fear that the club's rich history and tradition are being eroded. I mean, as United face Arsenal, the focus will also be on the stands as much as the pitch. The black protest serves as a stark reminder of the growing battles or growing divide between the owners and the supporters. I mean, while the team battles for points, fans will also be fighting for the soul of their club. I mean, the message to the Glazers is clear: the time for change is now. Whether they listen remains to be seen, but the passion and the determination of Manchester United fans will continue to drive and push for a higher future at Old Trafford. That is a broken club right there. Like Manchester United is like it's becoming even like tougher and tougher for Man United to basically just for fans to basically enjoy the game without heartbreak off and on the pitch. Another report that goes deeper into more like a more detail into like what is actually going on in Manchester United. You know, there were reports that Omar Berada and the club have a mission the to win Manchester United's 21st Premier League trophy in 2021. In Manchester United's 21st Premier League trophy in 2028. That was the report. The report says that Omar Berada and the board are saying that Manchester United are going to win the Premier League by 2028. And it was now Manchester United ambitions to win Premier League by 2028 is dubbed Mission 21. It faces significant challenges at the club as the club struggles with inconsistent form, financial constraints, and a lack of world-class talent. Despite internal efforts to rebuild, the team's recent FA Cup exit with Fulham is in a penalty shootout has highlighted the pressure on Ruben Amorim in the squad. With limited funds for summer transfers, United's path to success appears increasingly reliant on securing Europa League qualification, which is now critical for both financial stability and morale. I mean, the FA Cup defeat highlighted United's ongoing issues: a lack of cohesion, a nervous performance, and as well as like which has also been present amongst all the games that we've played, and a reliance on young players like Chidobe and Alejandro Garnacho to deliver in high pressure situations. While there are glimpses of promise, such as Joshua Xerxes' development as a number 10 and Matthias de Ligt's defensive solidity, the team remains inconsistent. I mean, Amorim's 3-4-3 formation has shown marginal improvement, but United struggles in front of goal and defensive lapses continue to undermine progress. I mean, if we take our chances and score our goals, we won't be talking about this. We'll probably be talking about the other nuances of the formation, right? But Amorim, who described himself as a dreamer upon his appointment, faces the daunting task of balancing immediate resources long-term planning, and he keeps emphasizing on the long-term planning, which is what we back. The Europa League, with its final in Bilbao this may now represent United's best chance at salvaging this season. However, with the club's financial health tied to European qualification, the stakes are super high. That is why when I posted that video about the match preview, I stated that it was a must win game. Now, United fans, once again, accustomed to dominance, now endure a crucible of cynicism at Old Trafford, basically. While the club dreams of future glory, the present reality is one of uncertainty and frustration. Amorim's ability to inspire improvement and navigate these challenges will define his tenure. But now, United's hopes are of reclaiming their place amongst England's elite remain a distant goal. And which brings me to another video, because we have a lot of problems. We have basically a financial problem, we have a team problem, we also have a media problem and a pundit problem, as well as a goal scoring problem, both on and off the pitch. We also have an ownership problem, basically a structural problem as well. So many factors affecting the club on and off the pitch. And basically, Ruben Amrim, when he first came, one of the very few things he said, he was very honest about the situation. He stated it like we're going to suffer and all of that. One of the things he said is that, basically very honest. I mean, according to the Athletic, he said that Ruben Amrim is a very honest man, incredibly honest. In fact, he's too honest, seemingly incapable of hiding his true feelings when faced with questions from the media. And that's according to Nick Miller. Now, the truth is, Ben Amram has always given the media, as I always said, what they want to hear. We all know the problem the club has. You'll see that in the video very soon. We all know that there's a problem at the club. But the question is, what are we doing to deal with the problem? That is the main question. That's the burning question right now. So, yeah, and there are 5 things that Ruben Amorim pointed out, according to Nick Miller from The Athletic. One of the 5 things he pointed out was basically, here are 5 examples of like the extremely honest things that Amorim has said has said in public since arriving at Old Trafford in November. One of them is, I am not helping my players in the moment. Another one is, David Moyes is doing a better job than me. It's simple. I have to sell my idea. I don't have another one, which is, when he said my way, it's either my way or no way. He now said, we are the worst. These are basically just to give you a preview of, or an overview of what Ruben Amorim has said. Say, we are the worst team maybe in the history of Manchester United. And number 5, one of the things he said again is, that is really clear. The threat of relegation, we have to fight. And then the 6th one, which is also one that everybody knows that we need, is that this club needs a shock. That is what Ruben Amorim has said, that this club needs a shock. So it's very important for us as United fans to kind of basically just know that this is where we are and this is what we're dealing with, right? So, like I said, we have major problems going on at the club. And then also, just to bring you a bit of like an update or something, we also have a pundit problem, and the pundit problem is with regards to pundits and the way they say things about the club, especially ex players. And it seems like these media houses know how to use ex players to make sure that they they are they are kind of highlighting what the problem is, but not actually saying it constructively. Instead, they're just more like, criticizing and kind of finding ways to make to generate views and stuff from just slagging the club. And one of them is Wayne Rooney, who recently stated that Ruben Amorim was being naive to say we're going to win the league. Meanwhile, this was Ruben Amorim's response, and I had to bring the response so that we can break it down, and then you can understand where Ruben Amorim is coming from and where Mission 21 is coming from. Even though most fans are questioning whether Mission 21 is really possible or not.
Said after the match that the goal is still to win the Premier League, and Wayne Rooney said that's a bit naive to say that. He's also said if he was potentially joining the club now, he actually wouldn't think about joining if he was a foreign player. What's your reaction to that? Is winning the Premier League still a realistic thing to be talking about right now?
No, that is the goal. Be naive is to think that we are going to do this season or are going to be the best contender for the next season. So
Simple and straightforward. Ben Amorim says that is the goal, and the goal is that we are going to win the league, and which aligns with what the club is saying. Even though there's reports that are going contrary, even though it just shows that the reporting is just crazy and crap, right? But he says that is the goal. We're going to win the league. I'm not saying we're going to win the league this season because that would be naive. And he also says it doesn't mean that we might win the league with me, but the aim and the goal of the club is to win the league. So it's kind of basically communicating what the ownership is saying, right? About the aim of the club and all of that. So it's pretty straightforward. You know, says, I know in this moment everybody knows everything. That's a clap back, basically, of Wayne Rooney, because everybody claims to know everything. But yeah, let's keep going.
I know that is in this moment everybody knows everything. So I know that, and this is really easy. I was a pundit when I finished my career, so I know.
It's a slight dig at pundits, especially the ones that slag him or slag the club. But he's just kind of defending his own and saying, you know what, I know I can ignore this, but I have to also stand my ground, right? So keep going.
It's really easy. Our goal is to win the Premier League.
Exactly. The goal is to win the Premier League.
Maybe it's not with me, but our goal as a club, the board, is winning the Premier League like we did in the past with all the great glories and the legends of this club. And we want to do better, and we know that we are in the difficult moment, and I'm not naive. That's why I'm here coaching at 40 years old the Manchester United.
Exactly. So the goal is to win the league, and he's not naive. He's basically just stating facts, right? Stating facts. And I saw another interesting video online, which was a video by Rio Ferdinand's YouTube channel, Rio Ferdinand Presents, and he featured a Manchester United legend, right? Featured a Manchester United legend, Andy Cole. And basically, this was what Andy Cole was saying when Rio Ferdinand asked him questions. Just watch and then analyze with me.
Just to go back to Bruno, would you have liked to play with someone like him? Because in terms of just for about his ability.
Yeah, he's got great ability. He's got great ability. Not just a goal.
Basically, Andy Cole is saying he would like to have played against or like to have played with Bruno because he's got a great ability. It's not just about goal scoring and all of that. But yeah, let's keep going.
He's got great ability. Not just the goals that he scores, because he's scoring every other week, but I think his creativity as well. Sees a pass, always wants to get on the ball. He's always striving to pick the right pass or do the right thing. Or like I said, I really do like him. I think if Manchester United didn't have him, especially this season, they'd really struggle without him because he is their talisman.
26 goal contribution this season, 11 goals and 14 assists, and 11 goals and 14 assists. That's a lot. 25 goal contributions this season already. Wow. Okay, and then over 500 passes since signing, over 500 chances created since signing. It's crazy, man. Crazy.
Look, he's their talisman. He's a super
talisman.
player.
With him in the team, with his passing ability, how do you connect with someone like that? So that's like, I don't know, in your team, it's probably like
take
a
pointers for
that central area. What are you saying to somebody like that? I know you don't talk about, if you're Highland, what are you saying? Is there conversations going on? I'm out of form. I need a bit of luck now. Like, look for me first. Like, look forward when you get it. I'm going to run in. Are you saying first 5 minutes, every time you get it, I'm running in behind?
It's just
what are you saying?
I look at Hoyland, I look at him and say to myself, if I sat down and had the conversation, or you said with Bruno, or whatever it may be, every time you get here, just have a look. I'll make that run in behind, because that's where you gain confidence. If you keep making that run in behind, and you know the centre half can't live with you say to yourself, yeah, one of them's going to fall through, by the way. And then you get in there, you hit it first time, you might sclaff it or whatever, it goes in, you start building from there. So you got to build blocks.
Just to go back to Bruno.
So that's basically what, Andrew Cole is actually saying. Andrew Cole is basically saying Rasmus Hojlund should just go back to the basics. If it's possible, talk to your teammates or talk to Bruno Fernandes and basically just say, you know what, you got to find me. You have to find me one way or another. You have to kind of like find a way to. And every time, even if it's the first few minutes, every time you get the ball, just find me. I'm going to be making a run behind. So that's pretty much what I just wanted to say. Manchester United seem like a broken club right now, but we also, as fans, even though we're going to be protesting against the Glazers, we also, as fans, need to basically, try to grab our club back and claim our club back. We as fans need to claim our club back. We need to protest as well. And yeah, don't take it out of hand. But I mean, let's not go back to those days when fans broke into the stadium during COVID and all of that. Let's do it nicely. And I just want to give credit to the 1958 fans forum for, I think, taking the opportunity and taking the initiative to try to grab the club back from those who have tried to take the club, from us and all of that. If that the Glazers had not treated the club the way they treated the club, I don't think that we would have had a situation where, you know, I don't think we would have had a situation where ticket prices were going up when Ineos took over and all of that, because now everybody's starting to blame the Ineos group and the Ineos ownership for their role in this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings about this, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to DJ El Pablo One, and don't forget to follow and like and share on all our social media platforms at United Talkspod. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Please stay safe out there and protest smartly. See you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye. And I'll see you. I think I'll see you after. The next video is going to be the press conference review if nothing comes up before then. But take care. Goodbye. And God bless.